Thank you for listening to the inaugural chapter of my brand new show called Exposing the Introvert Leader. It's a dive into what it is to be, well, a leader, and more so one who is an introvert. It's post-pandemic Melbourne. We are all waking up to a war in Ukraine, rising interest rates, increased cost of living pressures, and general uncertainty in the market. My company needed to downsize to keep the business lean. And as a result, while the business was doing well, our team was working hard, or even harder than we've ever been. As excessive overtime and burnout started to reveal the cracks in the team, I knew as a manager that I had to do something about it. Being affected by the workload myself and having multiple projects piling up, I was ready to throw in the towel. However, my wonderful team, overworked as they were, all knew that the only way we could get through this together was to have each other's back. I knew I had to step up as a leader, and I knew that the most important thing that had to be done at this point in time was to bring up the morale. So over the weekend, I made a little personalized card for my team. On one side was a picture of the Japanese painting called The Wave of Kanagawa, and on the other was a little personalized note that thanked each person for their hard work. And I pointed out the key contribution that each person made to myself or to help the business, and lastly asked everyone to stay true to the cause to navigate through the storm together. Morale did improve after that, because at that point in time, the team did not need a manager to tell them what to do. What we needed was a leader to let us know that we understand what everyone's going through and that we care. It wasn't so much that each of my team received 2 chocolates and a personalized card, but it was that I had taken the time to show that I care for each one of them that made the difference. So this series is actually a cathartic documentation of my growth as a leader, and for me to share what I've discovered as a leader over the many years since I was in school and put my hand up to be the class monitor. But more importantly, what makes this story different is that I'm actually a fiercely introverted person. In fact, if Thanos was real and snapped half the world away, I would be very happy, if I survived of course. That's right, I'm an introverted leader. While statistics show that over 60% of leaders are generally extroverts like the Elon Musks of the world, many of our top industry leaders like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates are fiercely introverts. So yes, first and foremost, this series celebrates the introvert leaders. Cause yeah, we make awesome leaders. And through this series, I hope that other introverts who are leaders or have been given positions of leadership, or if you're thinking of taking up a position of leadership, can hopefully learn something from my experience and what research shows. Most importantly of all, I just want to let you know that you are not alone. To start, I think it's very important to define the difference between leadership and management. Management is a way of getting things done. Leadership, on the other hand, to borrow from a definition by Edgar and Peter Schein, in their book The Humble Leader, is the creation and implementation of something new and better. However, management and leadership are not two totally different things, they are actually two sides of the same coin. Great management needs great leadership to excel. Where management can be described as a science, for example, you have systems like Agile tools or Six Sigma methodologies. Leadership, on the other hand, is an art. It's the art of communication, listening, inspiring, and conspiring to achieve the goals and results for a team. So for introverts like me, leadership is a fraught proposition. Because as an introvert who shies away from public attention, avoids social activities as much as I can, leadership on a day-to-day basis can be truly exhausting, which is why many introverts do shy away from leadership. Being a leader or manager is something most people either seek out or are entrusted or given by promotion. For me, it was a mix of both. When I was much younger and more gung-ho, I wanted to seek out leadership roles. I put my hand up to be a class monitor and the student councillor of the school. Later on, I was selected to be a military officer, and in my most recent role, I was asked to take on the role of lead producer with the responsibilities of the head of production. In all of these roles, I made it a point to get out of my comfort zone and to face the waves of leadership challenges in my self-contained little boat. And now I'm putting pen to paper, or rather, voice to recording, as a 360 review of my experiences to share them with you as I discover them for myself. In these episodes, I strive to keep things succinct, with each chapter no longer than 5 to 8 minutes, and I'll post new insights every fortnight, starting with this one. To end this chapter, I want to reiterate that I think introvert leaders are awesome. We bring a different way of people management, and I believe this new way of steering teams and organizations forward in this current world order is the way to go. In the next chapter, I will get into more details about humble leadership and share more stories. I would also like to hear from you. If you're an introvert like me and want to share your stories as well, or have a question or a word of encouragement, please do email me at franklyrollingheads@gmail.com. Let's go on this journey together.